I think that natural fish oil have also other fats. In natural fish oil you have 37% roughly omega-3, but you also had a lot of other fats. It seems that to be properly absorbed and also to be used, you need all types of fats, because the function of the omega-3 in the cell membrane is the function of it is to make the cell membrane permeable for substances that needs to come into the cell. But this saturated fat is impermeable. That is like fingers like that, but the omega-3 is a bent molecule. So if you place a bent molecule between my fingers, you get the membrane permeable. And you need mostly these other types of fat to build up to billions of new cell membranes every day. And this omega-3 is, you could call structural fat or functional fat, but the ordinary fat is what is the main building material for the cell membranes. So to concentrate up something that is needed in a small amount to 80%, as some do, that is unnatural. So it's more safe until we have more knowledge to take it in the natural form. And so you also get the other fatty acids, because we need all types of fatty acids, not only the omega-3 fatty acids. It is about 1 gram a day. And this is, the children need it. It's more important for children to get it than for adults, because children shall build their brain and they need a lot of omega-3 in the brain. So, and they have the same doses as adults have, is the same for children. And for instance, in Norway, it's a general recommendation that you should start to take it at 6 months, as soon as you wean from the mother's milk. I know that in Europe they have recommendation from 3 years and up. So the doses is the same, more or less. It's you should at least take 1 gram, and in Norway they say 1.2 gram per day. But of course you can take it as fish or other food particles also to get it. But if you want to be sure and take it as a complement, you could take it as fish oil. It seems that people that have some kind of arthrosis or some stiff joints and started to take omega-3, they get some release, some better in their joint function. And as I told you, omega-3 stands in a balance to omega-6, and both is essential. And this omega-6 is more, you could call it stiff, and omega-3 is soft, and they are in a balance. So in our Western diet the last 30 years, when we were so afraid to eat cholesterol, we started to eat plant oils instead. And then the relationship between omega-6 and omega-3 went up to 50 to 1. And that's too much omega-6. So when we now knows more about these things and has tried to reduce it to 3 to 1 or 5 to 1. So if you have this imbalance, that has been seen that you also could get some joint problems. And this too much omega-6 is also precursor substances to some inflammatory substances. And when we get an infection, we need these inflammatory substances to fight the infection. But if we all the time feed too much, we could get too much of these substances all the time. And that is the theory, that too much omega-6 compared to omega-3 is could drive you into some kind of chronic inflammatory state. If you, as I told, if you eat too much omega-6 instead, you get bleeding problems. and that could be dangerous in old age. You could get brain bleedings. This is a balance. Yeah, all people that eat fish at least 2-3 times a week, and when they eat at least 90 gram fish, if that is one fish, so to say. So if they eat 90 gram multiplied by 2 to 3 each week, they get enough. Omega-3 or particularly omega-3 in the vegetarian kingdom have only 18 carbon atoms, and the fish in the fish you have 20 and 22, and this we call this long chain omega-3 fatty acid, EPA. This E stands for eicosa, it Greeks for 20, and DHA stands D-docosah 22. And this possibility to build from 18 carbon to 20-22, some people don't have it. It's lost with age and so on. So then you need to eat it, and this could be a problem for human vegetarian people if they don't eat enough. And some could be a real problem. It could be a problem for them regardless what they eat in the vegetarian kingdom, if they have not these enzymes necessary to prolong these fatty acids to create this long chain fatty acid that is important for our health. Yeah, I think that it's mainly from sardines, but if you want to buy fish yourself and wants to have it, you should buy salmon, mackerel, sardines, etc. And if you have these fat fishes, because it should be fish that has been in cold water and is fat, then you get plenty of omega-3. It is a lot of studies on that, and if you take amount 3 times that you take with the fish oil, you can come up to the same amount, but you will not come up to more than this 18 carbon omega-3. You will not come up not in all cases to the 20 and 22 carbon that we need. So it's safer to take fish oil, but you can do it. And if you have these enzymes that can fix the 18 carbon to 20-22, then you can do it, but then you must take 3 times as much. This cannot be known before you have a shortage, symptoms of the shortage. Then you can think that you have that shortage, and this came with age. You could have them when you are young, and then they gradually disappear, and you could never know before you have a shortage of it. So for that reason it's good to take some fish oil or fish.